some political news. There is a key BJP meeting which is taking place in the national capital for the polls in 5 state assembly elections. Prime Minister Modi, JP Nadda, Amit Shah, members of the Central Election Panel are all part of this meeting. You see, there is a very important and crucial question which is being asked. Why is it happening before the dates are announced? Usually a meeting like this in the BJP happens once the dates are already announced. But it seems that the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to finalize the candidates by laying down their political strategy in these poll-bound states, and that seems to be the top of the agenda. Sources have also told NDTV that the BJP is looking to counter the Congress's strategy in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. So these are the two very, very significant states where the BJP wants to strategize well in advance. Sources have also told us that there will be an entire strategy and brainstorming on how to counter big ticket announcements by the Gehlot government. So the big social welfare initiatives that have been announced by Ashok Gehlot is weighing on the mind of the BJP politically, and they're working out a strategy on how to give a counter, on how to counter this politically, and that too well in advance, even before the dates of elections are being announced. Sources are also telling us that one of the things that will be discussed in this meeting is how to counter the big promises made by the Congress in Madhya Pradesh. So in one state, of course, the Congress is in power and it has started off on these huge marathon social welfare initiatives. So brainstorming on how to really counter that politically in this election season. And in Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress has made a lot of promises to the same effect, just like Rajasthan. So how does the BJP counter that? Remember, they are battling over 2 decades of anti-incumbency in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So a key meeting in MP, this is a key meeting on MP and Rajasthan polls. We'll be decoding the BJP poll huddle and also the poll huddle of other political parties. But let's first begin with the Bharatiya Janata Party. NDTV's Akhilesh Sharma now joins us, and he helps us understand what is the meaning of this meeting. Let's listen into what he has to say.
Well, Sanket, the meeting has just started at the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister has just arrived there. And this meeting of the Central Election Committee is very important in the sense that the BJP CEC is taking place at a time when the elections in these 5 states are not announced yet. It's still 2.5 months away, but still the BJP is holding this crucial deliberations at the party headquarters, which is being attended by the Prime Minister himself. That shows the seriousness of the situation as far as the BJP is concerned in these 5 assembly states where the election is going to take place shortly. And of course, the BJP hopes that it can retain power in Madhya Pradesh and can snatch power from Congress party in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. When we talk about Madhya Pradesh, the BJP in the last assembly election had a marginal vote share compared to the Congress party, but still it lost 5, it got 5 seats lesser than the Congress party and lost the power in Madhya Pradesh. But of course, in 2022, with the support of Jyotiraditya Scindia, it got a reprieve and got a government of its own in Madhya Pradesh. But now the challenge before the BJP is to retain this power. And of course, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who is the longest serving CM of the BJP, he and other sitting MLAs of the BJP, they face anti-incumbency in their respective constituencies. So the challenge before the BJP is whether to retain them or to replace them. And if you replace the sitting MLAs, of course, you face a rebellion from them. So this is a big challenge for the BJP, and BJP hopes that this issue can be addressed. And of course, the BJP is trying to consolidate on the seats where it lost last time in the assembly elections by a thin margin. So BJP is hoping that this time it can perform better in those assembly constituencies. So it's a very important meeting in the sense we do not know whether the BJP is going to declare the first list of the candidate immediately after this meeting or not. But the sources indicate that it is unlikely, because this is not the BJP's tradition to announce candidates beforehand, before the assembly elections are announced.
That's right. So will there be a departure from tradition? Remember, it's not a rule. It's a tradition. So will the BJP make certain changes, and what those changes will be? What is the idea behind starting off so early in the process of electioneering on identifying seats and candidates so early, even before the dates have been announced? We have Harsha Kumari Singh also joining us. You see, one of the things that the BJP leaders are going to discuss in their meeting, Harsha, is on how to deal with these social welfare initiatives of Ashok Gehlot government. On the ground, Harsha, do you sense, for lack of a better word, a sort of unease which needs to be addressed on the part of the BJP, given that Ashok Gehlot has gone on this social welfare blitzkrieg?
Absolutely, Sanket. You know, Rajasthan has the revolving door of politics, but for the first time, Ashok Gehlot is definitely part of the conversation. There is a talk in the voters among people that, you know, he's back in the race, he's back and giving a good fight to the BJP. So definitely that's something that they probably are wanting to look at, because it's a slew of welfare measures that he's come up with. I mean, 500 rupees cylinder in Rajasthan, that's not something that you get anywhere in the country. So definitely Ashok Gehlot is a talking point, and the narrative is definitely there from the Congress's side, while the BJP actually is playing defensive in Rajasthan. They don't seem to have a narrative. They're not leading from the front, they're playing defensive. So that's definitely a reason that, there is a reason to look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead. And also the question of Vasundhara Raje. This whole formula that they are coming up with, that they will go into this election in a combined leadership with 5 leaders leading the BJP's campaign and not with one face. That's also something they have to think about, because, they have to get the caste arithmetic right. They also have to so perhaps deal with the fact that, they have leaders who are popular in pockets, but they don't have someone who has the kind of pan appeal that the former Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje has. So what will be the formula, what will be the maths, and what will be the counter narrative is definitely something the BJP, I think, is planning.
All right, thank you very much, Harsha, for joining us and taking us through what the BJP seems to be planning. Remember, they've started their planning in advance, but it is not just the BJP, so has the Congress. In fact, what we are learning is that in this crucial state of Madhya Pradesh, the Congress party has given the responsibility of 66 key seats in MP to Mr. Digvijay Singh. Now, why only 66? The Congress has identified these 66 as the seats that are traditionally not, they don't traditionally go for the Congress party. Congress loses on these seats. So can Digvijay Singh turn it around on these crucial seats? And will that necessarily mean that the Congress comes back to power in Madhya Pradesh? NDTV's Anurag Dwari spoke to Mr. Digvijay Singh and asked him this question.
मैं तो इस बात को कह सकता हूं कि लोगों में जोश है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी से निराशा है, मुख्यमंत्री के घोषणाएं पूरी नहीं करने के बारे में लोगों को निराशा है, इसलिए इस बार बेहद अच्छे नतीजे आएंगे।
सर, अक्सर पिछले चुनाव में भी हमने देखा था कि आपने बहुत मेहनत की थी, चाहे नर्मदा परिक्रमा हो, चाहे संगत में पंगत हो, ऐसे बहुत सारे जो नवाचार हैं राजनीति में कहे जा सकते हैं, आप पहले भी करते रहे हैं, लेकिन इस बार खास करके उन 66 सीटों में का जिम्मा आपको मिला था। तो इसके अलावा भी क्या आपने और लोगों से बात की? कई जगहों पर हमने देखा कि आपने अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को अनुशासन का पाठ भी पढ़ाया, नाराज भी हुए।
बिल्कुल ऐसा है, कांग्रेस पार्टी को कोई हरा नहीं सकता यदि हम अनुशासित रहें और पार्टी के साथ वफादारी करें, तो कांग्रेस को कोई हरा नहीं सकता।
पर आपने एक दो जगह पे ये भी कहा कि हमारा संगठन कुछ जगहों पर बीजेपी से कमजोर है, आपने
निश्चित तौर पे मुझे स्वीकार करने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, लेकिन इस बार पिछली बार से 2018 से हमारा संगठन ज्यादा मजबूत है। वोटर लिस्ट पर जितनी भी गड़बड़ियां ये लोग किया करते थे, उस पर हम लोगों ने नियंत्रण किया है, और मैं तो इस बात को कह सकता हूं कि इस बार पिछले बार से अच्छे नतीजे आएंगे।
So before the big 2024 contest, of course, there is going to be the state assembly contest which the BJP and the Congress will have to face. And this early preparation which is going on, how unusual is this or how normal is this? Let's try to decode this. Aarti Jairat, senior journalist, is with us. Also, Mr. Binay Kumar Singh is a political analyst and author, fellow at the Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee Research Foundation. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Singh and Ms. Jairat. Aarti Jairat, I'm going to begin with you first. How should one view, let's talk about the BJP first, the big BJP huddle. Is it unusual, departure from tradition, or just another case where the BJP may have noticed that there is some issue and trying to put a stitch in time to save 9?
Well, I think it is unusual to have such a high-level meeting so much in advance of the announcement of dates. I don't remember them doing this before Karnataka. So I think the BJP is I think the idea is to send a signal to the workers and cadres that the BJP High Command is taking these forthcoming elections very, very seriously. And they expect performance. They expect delivery from their state units. And I think that is the message that they want to send out with PM Modi himself chairing this meeting. And, the fact is that the ground reports that are coming in suggest that in some of these states, the BJP is not on very strong ground. It's not on very strong footing. So I think that there is a degree of concern and worry in the BJP, particularly after having lost the Karnataka election so badly. I think, although, state assembly elections do not necessarily impact a Lok Sabha election, but in terms of public perception, if the BJP loses these elections too, it will definitely, dent the image. Yes, so I think they're taking these elections very, very seriously.
What we have learned by way of sources as the agenda of this meeting is to look for a counter for Ashok Gehlot's social welfare schemes and big push in Rajasthan. And number two, can you hear me, Ms. Jerath?
Yes.
Yeah, and number two, how to counter the promises made by the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh. In that context, do you think that the narrative, the pre-poll narrative, is being set by the Congress, where the BJP seems to be following up?
Very clearly, and I think that is what is worrying the BJP so much, that, both in Rajasthan as well as in Madhya Pradesh, much like in Karnataka, because they have an active state unit and active state leaders, the Congress has been off the mark much earlier than the BJP. The BJP, on the other hand, has been caught up in internal issues in Rajasthan, particularly, this whole question of Vasundhara Raje, what to do with her. Should they make her the face of the campaign? Should they not? The opposition to her from internally within the BJP. And in Madhya Pradesh, although they have a face in Shivraj Singh Chauhan, it's quite well known that there is a lot of opposition to Shivraj Singh Chauhan from within the BJP. So I think, the BJP is definitely worried because the Congress seems to have, seems to be off the mark before them in both these states. And these are important states for the BJP. These are Madhya Pradesh in particular.
Mr. Binay Kumar Singh, here is the thing. The Brahmastra of the BJP is the last minute campaigning blitzkrieg where they basically pull out all the big guns. There is massive campaigning and those 10-15 days are about creating the big mahal, And we have seen that working for the BJP and also failing for the BJP. So do you feel that this initial edge that the Congress may appear to have cannot be something worth celebrating a lot ahead of the elections? Because you're yet to see that BJP Brahmastra come out.
Sanket, I don't agree that the Brahmastra of the BJP is the last 15 days. But in fact, the Brahmastra of the BJP is the 24/7/365 working of the booth level Karyakarta to the party president. They don't have leave. They don't go for foreign tours. They don't go to Bangkok or to Italy or to US for refreshments. They are working day and night, and just not in the time of election. Throughout the year, they are working like that. And when you say about this, meeting, high-level meeting, parliamentary board meeting, it is not, it is a usual affair.
No, Mr. Singh, one moment. Every person who covers the BJP or knows BJP well knows that this meeting and its timing is unusual. But this is a meeting that usually the BJP has after the dates are announced. You have advanced the date for this meeting, and the topic or the agenda of discussion is how to counter Ashok Gehlot. How to counter the Congress and
Sanket,
MP?
Sanket, this assumption is not correct because 5 states are going to polls. And why just you are focusing on Gehlot, or why just on Madhya Pradesh? 5 states are going to polls, and all the states are equally important for BJP. And it's the style of the BJP that they don't rush in the last hour. They don't, go for the election management in the last hour. People say that BJP has become election machine, but it's not an election machine. It works for the elections for 5 years. The day they win the election or the very day they lose the election, they are on the next mission again. So, again, Sanket, when you say that anti-incumbency, this is an old term of psychology. And I don't think this applies on the leadership of PM Modi or on the BJP party. This science has been defeated.
Okay. Now, what the BJP is able to do with the help of this meeting and subsequent meetings and mobilizing the cadre and working out leadership is a different thing. But the point is, having this meeting at a time like this essentially means that the BJP realizes that there is a contest and there is a challenge, and that needs to be addressed. Thank you very much, Ms. Aarti Jairat, as well as Mr. Binay Kumar Singh. We've run out of time because there's some more breaking news as far as the INDIA alliance is concerned. Important news, as there is a tussle between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. The organizational general secretary of the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Sandeep Pathak, has given the following information, where he says that on 19th of August, Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann will address the town hall in Raipur, the capital of Chhattisgarh. People of Chhattisgarh are ready for change. Now, this is happening at a time when clearly the Congress has its leadership set. The Congress knows that they are going to be in the thick of things. And the Aam Aadmi Party's salvo that they are going to be there taking on the Congress party in Chhattisgarh comes amid a feud right here in Delhi, where top leaders of the Congress party suggested that the Congress is going to go it alone in the state of Delhi. So is this a tit for tat, a punch versus counter-punch between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party? Let's quickly listen in to what Alka Lamba suggested, the Congress spokesperson suggested earlier in the day.
देखिए, ये लगभग 3 घंटे की मीटिंग में पूर्व कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष राहुल गांधी जी, खरगे जी, केसी वेणुगोपाल जी और दीपक बाबरिया जी रहे। 3 घंटे की मीटिंग शुरुआत हुई संगठन को लेकर कि संगठन कमजोरियां क्या हैं, उस पर कैसे काम किया जाए, सुझाव आए, उसको कैसे हम मजबूत कर सकते हैं। दूसरा सुझाव ये आया कि लोकसभा 2024 की तैयारियां अब हमें करनी है, मकसद वही था। और बिल्कुल आदेश हुआ है कि हमें 7 सीटों पर मजबूत संगठन के साथ हर नेता को आज से अभी से निकलना है। 7 महीने 7 सीटें हैं।
Priyanshi, now this suggestion, 7 mahine, 7 seat, is something which has not gone down well with the Aam Aadmi Party. Would you say that this was a little premature on the part of the Congress party, and also Aam Aadmi Party upping the ante immediately?
Absolutely, Sanket. On the same day when the Congress party had a meeting in the state, in the union territory that's ruled by the Aam Aadmi Party to strategize for the upcoming elections in Delhi, on the same day, the Aam Aadmi Party has decided that they are going to go full hands on campaigning in the Congress-ruled state of Chhattisgarh. So while, of course, they're together in the INDIA alliance, the problem seems to be that in the several states where, in states where the Aam Aadmi Party has a stronghold, they will want to maintain their territory. In states where the Congress Party has a stronghold, of course, they want to maintain their territory. So the problem is going to be, as we pointed out earlier also, that while the Congress Party had a meeting and the alliance was also discussed, the problem is what will be the terms of that alliance? What will be the seat sharing, if at all an alliance does go forward in Delhi? Those will be the several challenges that while these several parties across the country have come together in the INDIA alliance, how will they really function in the states where singular parties have dominance? Will they be ready to sacrifice some of that to fight?
So as far as the Congress is concerned, the pressure point remains Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi and Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal. How exactly is this going to happen? By the way, the Aam Aadmi Party suggesting that it will go it alone in Chhattisgarh is as ambitious as the Congress Party hoping to go it alone in Delhi. Let's just see how this push and pull is really going to work.